And we are live, everybody, on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. That's the only three ones I'm paying for right now. We'll do Twitter later. I don't know. Twitter's not that engaging right now. So
Same.
this is enough. This is for you guys have been following this series. You know, the hardcore Guru Nation fans. You already know who this person is. You shouldn't need an introduction every week. But Evie is one of these people that the first time you see her speak, the first time you hear her say something, you just know this person is destined for doing great things in this industry, clinical research industry we were talking about. And that's Evie. And as you can see in the scroller, hard work pays off. So this is like probably our fifth interview, maybe. I told you it wouldn't take that long. Sixth? Okay, so a month and a half. Evie's been following up with me every week. Hey, this has been my progress. I think we did an interview every week, except maybe one we missed. So number six, and Evie's got good news for you guys.
Yeah, guys.
Hard work pays off. So you're hired. So tell us what happened and how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling like in an unbelievable bubble because it's like so it's almost like unbelievable, no? But at the same time it's completely believable because it's happening, and I just got my email that with the job offer, and I'm so happy, so excited, and there's so many things. Thank you so much. And I honestly, like, guys, do the work, put every single minute, time, hour, whatever it takes. Just do everything you need to do, your resume, make sure you have your references, you have everything, just everything, guys, because I mean, it's long and it's a process, but it's so worth it. And I'm just so excited.
That's amazing. And you definitely deserve it. The CRC Academy that you were in just ended, right? We just wrapped
last
up
week.
So perfect timing. The course ends and you get a job. And for those that are joining later in the series, maybe this is the first time that they're watching. Can you kind of give like a summary of what was going on this 6 weeks? They can go back and watch the videos, but like just maybe if you had to summarize the journey in like a 2-minute, what would you say?
I would say it was kind of a leap of faith that I took forward because I quit my job. I put 24 hours on trying to make sure that I have my resume completed. I contacted Ashley. I invested in her help. I invested in the CRC Academy. I remember when I first signed up for the CRC Academy, I talked to Monica so many times and I was like, are you sure that this is like a good idea? Because it's going to take 3 months. That's like a really long time. And, her passion comes through so beautifully and it touches me. And I've never met Monica face to face. Hopefully one day we get to do that soon.
Oh, yeah.
But for the most part, like, I can just hear her passion, and her passion is so beautiful. And that touches me in a sense where I want to be able to do something like that for somebody in the future and help them become somebody that they want to become. So, it was tough because, you're stepping forward and you have zero idea if that's a stone or if it's the cliff. You have no idea.
So how tough was it for you? Like, let's go just the 6 weeks that you've been actually trying to get hired. Let's just call it 2 months that you've been trying to get hired. How tough was it compared to your expectations?
I want to say the expectation was like a 30 because I was like, oh, I got everything I needed. But the process actually took like, I want to say like an 8 or a 9, like right up there. So for me, yeah, because I usually don't have a real issue trying to get a position, right? I usually am able to have everything I need, I qualify everything, but this time it was a whole nother thing because it was another industry.
And you're a go-getter. You're somebody used to getting kind of not necessarily what you want, but getting basically winning, like on the level that you're at. Like if I'm going for this job, I'm gonna get it. That's the kind of person you are.
Yeah. And even my father was like, okay, Like, let's see what time, you're gonna get something. And I'm like, I know that this is a lot, but just like I'm trusting the process, so just trust it with me. And he hasn't heard the good news. He hasn't been home and they haven't answered the phone, but
Oh
it
man, they gotta watch
guys,
this.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
No,
For
you'll do a real
sure.
FaceTime with them one on one to let them know. So I think that says a lot because your expectation was a 3 and it was like an 8 or 9 for you. And
Hmm.
that's, I need to add, with the CRC Academy support and with like weekly follow ups with me. Some of those weeks I try to pump you up and motivate you. Other weeks I'm like, all right, let's get real tactical and see like who I can actually email. That's with several people in your corner. What
Hmm.
advice do you have for the people who have nobody in their corner? It's just themselves, and their expectations are this will be like a 3.
Create it. Create it. Create it. Get to network. Get to know people. Ask questions. Ask all the questions. Put yourself in a position where if you're going into a meeting and they're talking about a CRA place, just listen to them, how they got there, and then try to put yourself in that position. If you're in the steps and the correct steps to get to where you want to be, then you're on the right path and you just need to continue the path. But if you are not, find a way to get there, because everybody else's experiences are not that different from yours as long as you create it. And you have to create it. You have to believe it. Have the right people that support you behind you. You guys have been amazing, amazing. And I've said it so many times. Like I think I'm dreaming sometimes that you guys are talking to me, because not since what, like a few months ago before May, I was just watching you on YouTube and just like writing things down and making sure that I got my foot in the door somehow, some way, and look at me now. Oh my God, it's just crazy.
Well, you definitely earned it because your name kept coming up in conversations, and then for me, what really like what was the I guess rate determining step where like you really got on my radar was the Latinos in Clinical Research Zoom meeting, which was free. Anybody can do it, any background,
Mm.
ethnicity. We don't care what you are. You come and join and network for free. You were asking so many questions. I was like, who is this person? To Monica afterwards, and she's like, she's in the CRC Academy. I keep telling you about her, and that's when it clicked for me. And that's when I said, okay, we need a like, let's do something to like try to get her hired. I don't know if our live streams or our videos helped you get hired in any way, but if anything, maybe I help motivate you here and there. Maybe it played a role. I don't know. Point is, Evie got involved and did everything she possibly could do. You were on every single Latinos in Clinical Research Zoom meeting that I could remember. You're networking with people on LinkedIn. You're doing the AM approach with Ashley. You did the CRC Academy. So the more things you can do, I'm sure you did so many other things that we didn't even talk about.
I did. And honestly, a lot of the interviews that I got were from me applying. But then other ones that I got that people were approaching me, I got providers that were approaching me and asking if
Hmm.
I can just start doing other positions within clinical research. And of course, I'm open for all of it. So even having the conversation, like, don't look at something and be like, oh, yeah, I really don't feel like doing cold calls, or I really don't feel like doing this. And it's like, yeah, you don't feel like doing any of it. But for the most part, if it's going to get you through the door, people are going to know that you're working hard. You really, really want it. Just do it. And it is what it is. So, yeah, this is
Everyone connect
crazy.
with Evie. You definitely deserve it, but now it's just starting. This
It's
is
just
where
starting.
yeah, this is where like your go-getter mentality is really going to come through. This up to this point it's just the start. That's nothing yet. Now, this is where you're going to make a career for yourself in this industry. And that's the thing that separates you from a lot of people I talk to is you were never just looking for a job. I know you and I had many one-on-ones off air. You were looking for a career, and
Yeah.
there's a big difference between those two things. Everybody can
Hmm.
look for a job. You can go turn on Uber right now. If you have a 4 doors on your car, you can have a job. But a career, something very different. And that's something that
Extremely.
you are pushing for. Let's see. Let's see. Corwin says, soak up as much training in QA with the new role, ask questions. Can we talk about your new company or
Thank
new
you.
role, or you're not sure yet?
Uh, I I'm not sure. But
We
it
don't want
is
to
a,
get you fired already, so
I know. Let's just keep
let's
it
keep it
that
on
low
the
for now.
okay, okay.
Yeah. But it is
Have
in.
you seen the movie Friday? How are you going to get fired on your day off?
Oh my God.
Let's not do that. Let's not do
Okay,
that.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
but definitely
Thank you
ask
so much for
questions.
that
I do
advice.
know the
I'm gonna take.
company. I know the
Hmm.
founders or the founder. It's a progressive, very, very forward-thinking company. I think you're in the right place at the right time again with that group. And when you're ready to share, you will. And I think that it's a great place to become a generalist.
Agreed. Are there any other questions? I am happy to answer.
Thank you so much for sharing its inspiration. Thank you, Brittany.
Um,
Thank you, Brittany. Mia says, congrats. She's going to go all the way. Your energy speaks for itself. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Some
Yeah,
people are
don't give
laughing at
up.
the Friday reference. Corwin knows what I'm talking about. So I think that's good. Maybe no more questions. If you guys got questions, let us know. We're
Yeah.
going to do like a few more minutes. If not, I think this is like enough to inspire others. Look, the
Yes,
biggest
guys.
takeaway I get from this is what you just told me. Your expectation was a 3 as far as difficulty, and your reality was an 8 or 9. And this is somebody, Evie. I talk to enough people now. Evie is not normal, and I mean that in a good way. She's abnormal in her efforts, energy, like you guys are seeing. So if she said, and she has the support of CRC Academy and myself, I was talking to her almost every week.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody
Guys,
has those things, and it was still an 8 or 9 difficulty for her.
it was, guys. And seriously, in all, don't give up. Nothing is too hard. It's going to be hard, yes, but within time, it gets easier. So please, 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 please. Oh, what's the part of difficult, daunting part of the interview process?
Yeah, Mia
Uh,
asked, what was the most difficult part of the interview process?
to be honest, the interview process, because I had already taken a look at their website, and I saw what their company and their core was about. It matched everything I wanted. Is
It
genuinely
does.
to help people. So to me, it's just like if it was like a flowing conversation. And I know that in the Latinos group that we've talked about having interviews, and they said that has to be more of a flowing conversation. And I feel like that's what I was having with each person that was interviewing me. And I had them with three different people. So,
Mm.
those are three different people, three different energies, three different everything. But when you have that passion, they know, because they feel it too. They have that passion. So when it matches, just know that what you're doing is for passion. And if it's for passion and it's because you want to help people and do the right thing, guys, it just comes out of you. It's not something you can actually even prepare for. It is what it is.
Um, did you have to change your approach for every different interviewer? You know how some people like you click right away, others it's sometimes awkward, so you try to adapt. Were you doing that, or are you just being yourself the whole time?
I was just being myself. I feel for me personally, I can't be somebody else. I mean, unless I was an actress or something, but for the most part, like me as giving myself, um, I feel like my authentic self is the best self. That's what I just try to do. And I know that I have a lot of energy just naturally. So I feel like they can just read that off of me.
Yeah, you
I
do have a
don't
lot of
like,
energy. Are you
I
a coffee
do.
drinker?
I have Bang next to me.
Okay, that explains it.
That would say a
Okay.
lot.
Can I
Um,
enroll for CRC Academy in South Africa? Yes, absolutely. We're worldwide. Absolutely.
do
Uh,
it.
Pankaj asked, what questions did you ask them?
Their passion, their core, what they wanted to do with their company, what their company actually means to them. They off the back told me that diversity was a big thing, which is a good thing for all of us because we need the diversity. We need to be able to communicate with the patients. And so those are the questions I asked: was what's their core, what was their passion? Of course, like the basics, like what the natural day is like and all that, but For me, it was more about the company in itself and what they represent and what they do, because I wanted to match, because that way I feel like the process of it being my career makes it so much easier than just like a regular job. And it's just like, someone's just telling you what to do. It's a relationship. It's a family that you're building, So that to me was important.
I love that. Okay, good. Let's go through more comments. David LaHaye says, "Amen." He's has nothing else to say, but like religious stuff is so blown away. Tanya, I've just started my way into exploring how to get into research, and I'm just a lost child in a fair. That's not good. Don't go in the maze with the funny mirrors. That's gonna be scary. But watching the videos, it's getting clear bit by bit.
Yes.
Much thanks. See, you're inspiring people, Evie.
Good.
This is why I knew this was gonna be a good idea. Number one, I knew you were gonna get hired. So
Thank you.
number two, I thought even my expectations for you. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
My expectations for you was not a 3. I know better than that. It was like a 6. Okay, and what I found was like what I say it's about an 8. What I found for you. So you're right in your reality of what you're 8 or 9. That's in line with what I see too. So it is off of what I thought. I thought it would take 4 weeks and you'd get hired, but it took like 2 or 3 more. But whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm so happy. And guys, seriously, just don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. If you have questions about clinical research, the CRC Academy has wonderful, amazing videos to explain a little bit more in depth and what the role is like. So before CRC, I actually started doing medical assistant. I was medical assistant for 6 years. But the work does translate well. It does translate very well with the skill sets and everything.
You draw blood and everything?
Yeah. I have not done IV, but I did tell them that I was open to learning.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly fine with me.
Huge plus for the blood draw. That's to find a CRC that can do blood draw and has CRC experience, which now you will. What's your role, your title gonna be, if you can share?
Do you mind holding on? I want to be completely 100%
All right, let's hold. Yeah.
sure.
Let's hold. The question's rolling in. Jesse says, I just started in a new role as a CRC. Congrats, Jesse. And wanted to know if the book, The Comprehensive Guide to Clinical Research, will be beneficial. Yes, it gives you an overview of the industry. So if you're a new CRC, I would say yes. I don't think it's necessarily going to help you do your job better, but it might. Like if you don't know how things connect in the context, then yes, because it's regulatory. We kind of show how everything connects. It took me like a year to figure all that out when I started. So I would say yes, Jesse. The book would be helpful. My honest answer.
Also, there's you have the audiobook. You have Audible. That's the one that I got because I was listening to it at work. So you can do that as well while you're doing things. If you have things to do around the house, you're doing laundry or something, listen to the audio and you're good. And it gives you a little bit better to remember stuff too. Unless you really, really love reading, then
I listen to audiobooks all day, shower, working out, walking dogs. Mia says, I bought your audiobook about the foundations. Is it meant to be just an overview or does it prepare you for an interview? It does. It can. Well, Evie, you listen to the audiobook. Do you think it helped prepare you?
It prepares you, yes. Not prepared for the interview though, because the interview is more about you, not necessarily the position. They're trying to see if they can put you into the puzzle of fitting the position that they have. So I wouldn't say not for the interview, but I would say definitely for understanding what clinical research is and why clinical research even exists. And, I wish we knew why it was something that was like so hidden under a rock, but
I'm putting thank you. I'm putting the audiobook link in the chat.
And my position.
Well, your position.
Before I forget, because it's different. Community engagement specialist.
Okay. This you're right in the right place at the right time. I don't
We're
think it's
doing
by
everything.
accident. I don't think it's by accident. I'm interested in learning more about clinical research. Thank you, Laura. Welcome to the rabbit hole. It gets deep. I'm still learning, and this is 15 years, 16 years in, still learning. Didn't even know what a 505(b)(2) was till 2 weeks ago. So reviewing, that's regulatory affairs stuff, but this stuff doesn't end, guys. And then once you figure it out, things change.
Hmm.
Revisions come out, new agendas come in, like let's get more diversity, let's do decentralized trials. You're always, always, always learning new things.
And that's
Uh,
why I love clinical research because you're always learning. There's always new things. There's always new treatments, and it's exciting, guys. Just
yeah, if you're
yeah.
going places, I'm glad we're connected because you're going places. I know it. My expectations is a 5 for you to do very well in this industry. Like it should not be that difficult for you.
Thank you.
Anyone else, or we will wrap it up because Evie's got to talk to her parents about the good news. She
Yeah.
talked to you guys about it first. Come on. Guru Nation gets it first. Thank you so much, Evie.
Thank you so much, Dan.
So we will end the broadcast. We will do follow-ups with you whenever you want, Evie. You've been very good about reminding me to do these videos. Not that I forget about you, Evie, but the days
Yes,
just get lost.
you're completely fine. I honestly didn't think I was going to get an answer until Monday. So I was like, oh, let me just bother Dan on Monday. And then I got the email and I was
Ah,
like, the excitement is fresh. We got to make sure this happens.
it's good to happen today because Monday's my birthday. I don't know if I'm answering anything other.
Ah, enjoy your
Darian,
birthday.
thank you, thank you. Hey, Dan, I started my role as a CRC and just want to say I love your video. Thank you so much, Darian. I really appreciate it. Oh, maybe Mark, maybe we can help you. I have an interview for an in-house CRA with Icon. Do you have any tips for me? Yes,
Nice.
Morake, I do. This is what you got to do. Just go on LinkedIn. You're already on there. This is great. Search for that role, in-house CRA, and message all those people you can. Network with them. Hey, what are some tips? I'm going to be an in-house CRA. This is how you start networking. Because my advice to you would be understand startup regulatory, understand regulatory maintenance. That's kind of the stuff that in-house CRAs do. But if you want like more in depth, I would talk to the people that actually do in-house CRA stuff. I don't know, Avi, what do you have to say to Moraki?
Absolutely. Make sure you do all the research on the company as well of Icon and what kind of studies they do, where they specialize in the area that you're in. See like what you're dipping your toes in. See if it's something that you like to do, something that you're interested in. Me personally, I like everything. The whole body is perfection to me in the sense of I would love to learn everything and anything. But if they're doing something like diabetes or they're doing with neurology, like look at what they're doing and then see if it's something that you know anything about so that way you can put your input in it. I know some of the questions was now that I'm thinking about it, if I worked with the elderly and if I can connect with them. And yes, I have. I worked with them for a year or so as a CNA. I started a long time ago as a CNA, and my relationships with them has developed. So I have the experience with dementia and Alzheimer's, and so that helps. So if you can see what they have, then you can see how you can kind of mold yourself into what positions they have for you in that area. So just look into that. That's something that I definitely recommend 100%.
Looks like last one. I just went through a clinical research course along with other classmates, but we're finding that in many of the interviews, we're faced with scoffs because the experience is not there. Yes, this is common. You didn't do our program, Gladys. You got to do our program. There are other programs out there. There's only one that's like reputable. It's all about the experience. It's all about the real world, practical aspects of clinical research. CRA Academy, we do breast cancer, and in the CRC Academy, Evie. Well, I don't know if you're going to do the internship now. You don't need it. You got a job, but there's an internship there with real world experience you put on your resume. So not all trainings are the same. Definitely not.
I'm
Definitely
telling
not.
you right now, hands down, you need to invest on CRC Academy. Look at everything that I've just been saying and doing. I've learned from you guys, and they're here to support and help me, and I don't have to pay anything extra. They do it because they passionately love this. So CRC all the way. I wouldn't go anywhere else. I invested in the perfect place. It was the right thing. And go with your instincts. Again, Monica was my instinct. She just told me and I was like, "Are you sure?" But then I was like, "No, this is a good feeling."
She's
So,
something else. She's a force. She's like you. She has more experience in research, but you guys are basically like the same person.
oh, this is
Um,
great.
is it possible from the UK? Yes, it is. All worldwide. So thank you so much, Evie. I think you're going to make CRC Academy proud. Oftentimes, it's not just about how many more students we can attract. We're going to be okay, guys. We get students coming. We want students like Evie to be a great representation of what our academy offers. The more people like Evie we put out there, the better it is for future generations of CRA and CRC Academy students and Guru Nation in general. So thank you, Evie. You're doing us a huge favor by just being yourself, and keep going, keep it up, and don't stop. You're just getting started. I don't need to tell you that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you guys so much for giving me the time.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you all. Thank you, Mia. I really appreciate it. Evie is her name. Evie. You got to connect with Evie, Mia. Go message me on LinkedIn and I'll introduce you to Evie. Hey, everybody, thank you so much, Mia, for the kind words. Everybody have a good day. Evie, go get them. And
Bye-bye.
talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.